these lakes, man.
This channel may feature copyrighted video and audio content under the guidelines of fair use permitted by copyright statute for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. All content and credit go to the original creator. No copyright infringement is intended.
We know, but it's getting so out of control.
Shout out to everybody in the building. How y'all doing on this good Sunday?
We know, but it's getting so out of control. Thank you for tuning in to MTGV.
Please smack that thumbs up as y'all come in.
True Crime TV. Y'all know what it is, man. Team Vibe, Miss V. And make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you leave a comment too. Yeah. We're gonna see you on the flip side, man.
Shout out to everybody in the building. How y'all doing on this good Sunday? Drop down in the comments and let me know who's here. I'm still setting up, but I didn't want to be too late coming in here. We got a few things to go over. The last live stream where is it? Well, that's obviously not the right button. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. So yeah, the last time we were live, we was going over a lady that had went to the trial. Had went to court, and she gave really good accounts of what was going on. And I wanted to finish that conversation and then talk about these allegations against Romeca. Now, in my last live stream, I had talked about another female named Romeca that Romeca Blackman had words with that was at Carlos, something to do with Carlos. So that's what the break-in has to do with. So I just wanted to come in and talk about that. Shout out to Gretchen in the building. I see you, fam. Shout out to my BFF in the building. And shout out to Miss Barbara. Shout out to my members, moderators, and bush watchers for right now. Woo, woo, woo. What's up, chat? Shout out to BFF. Let me see. Let's go, Miss V. Let's put the truth out there. Just love the way you break everything down and give your input on everything. Shout out to you, Gretchen. We definitely been chopping it up in those comments. Thank you for all your support. And everybody at the tone of my voice, please smack that thumbs up. Support the content. It's so many free ways to support the content. You could like it. You could share it by hitting the share button. Go to create posts and then at MTGV Crime Podcast, and it'll be on your YouTube channel. And also after the live stream, if you would hit the like button and then the hype button will pop up. And if you could hype the video up so more people will know what we doing over here concerning the Romeca Meeks case, we definitely on top of it. And also there's been word that I guess it was the 9th that let me go to the paperwork, because we already talked about it last time I was live that Quadeja is gonna be getting out, and her next court date is July 23rd. Let me see if I could find something. Yeah, her next court date is July 23rd at 9 a.m. And I also had heard in my last live stream, I think it was Miss Barbara that said the DNA had came back. And so I guess it's going to be about that and her being released. I'm really not sure. I just know that she has a court date on July 23rd. And the paperwork that came out July 9th of 2026, it says the people versus Johnson. It says today the following order was entered in the caption case. So motion by respondent for immediate assurance of the mandate is allowed. Order entered by the court. So I guess on July 23rd, I'm assuming they'll be coming up with some pre-trial hearing. The restrictions or whatever she has going on. And then shout out to Ebony of Justice for Romeca. She had posted a couple days ago, I'm thinking on the 9th too, that the Illinois Supreme Court has approved Ari's motion to release the mandate early. So they have relinquished their jurisdiction of Quadage's release back to the Illinois Appellate Court. Exactly when the Illinois Appellate Court order for release goes into effect, we are not sure. There is currently not a motion for a court date for expedited release to go over conditions before Judge Clancy at this time. The matter still has to be heard in his courtroom to decide the conditions for her release. And as it stands right now, the next court date is set for July 23rd, but that can change. So, the courts, they do all kind of different stuff, put things out they behind. I don't know. So we'll be excited to hear what happens on July 23rd at that court date. But as it stands right now, she will be released. And that's that. We already talked about it last time. It is what it is. Shout out to Jazzy in the building. She says, salute, Miss V. I'm late, but I'm here. She said, oh, salute Miss V from Miss V. I'm like, okay. Shout out to Miss V in the building. Jazzy Miss V. Okay. Welcome in. And Fatisha, shout out to you. But yeah, we want to go over I'm a pull the video up. I didn't even get a chance to put in my thumbnail for today. I'm kind of always rushing. Give me a second, y'all.
Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. Thank you for so much.
Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. We got a little bit of time today, but I'm going to try not to be 4 hours today. And we do have 2 different live streams going if you don't see somebody. So if you haven't smacked that thumbs up yet, please do. New day, welcome in. Yes, I've been looking at the Nolan Wells case for sure. I've been following it. I just haven't really talked about it again. I talked about it in the beginning. I got a few shorts about Nolan Wells, and it's just crazy how more people are coming up drowned on the 4th of July. So I don't know if that's the person Lorenzo that you just typed in. New day, I'm not sure. But today we talking about Romeca Meeks. So that's what they call me outside of YouTube. Okay. That's what's up. I think they have to also meet on July 16th. I haven't seen that date, but that'll be interesting. Woo woo. There was 3 Romecas. One was her best friend and son's godmother, Romeca. Then there was Romeca Allen. What? Come on. Now, this is crazy. Who knew that it was this many Romecas around? But, so yeah, the last time I was live, we talked about Romeca Allen having her name in Los's phone. I didn't know the other part that we're going to talk about. But before we get to that, because I don't even have that put up, let me just use the thumbnail that I had last time I was live. Let's throw this up, and then I'm going to pull up the video. Then I'm going to try to... Well, I know what other video I want to play. It's just a short. Oh, hold on. Let's go over here. Oh, and also I have a goal set up. If we reach the goal, I will go live tomorrow. Even though I work, I'll still go live if we reach the goal. And in order for it to be attached to the goal, you have to actually hit where it says 0 to 10 for it to show up there. That's where they are calculated. So shout out to everybody on the vertical stream and shout out to everybody on the regular stream. Okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Okay, I told y'all about the arms cross, punch the fin.
Okay.
Okay, I told y'all about that. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I fill you in with everything. I don't miss anything.
Okay.
Okay. She kept saying they was not acting in concert.
Okay, so just to explain again, this is a lady that Nina Johnson has been communicating with early on. I don't know if she still is connected with the lady, but these are things that happened probably like in January. I think I had said last time. I'm thinking that is the date. That was the month that they had this, because Quadeja was arrested in December, and then for a minute they was having court dates around the 3rd or the 4th, and I believe this was in January. But this lady did a very good job of keeping track of everything that she heard there, and you just heard her say that they were not in concert, which we've been talking about that the whole time, just feeling like they both knew what was gonna go down that day. So let's just listen, see what she has to say.
Ari kept saying that.
That who wasn't acting in concert? Holly and Carlos?
Yes, Holly and Carlos. And, I guess the book judge tried to break it down what concert had mean to us. And he was saying that, okay, even if they wasn't acting in concert mean that they was grouping up together to hurt Romeca. And he said even if they wasn't, why was Holly parked in front, across from the school? If she feared, for her life, why did she even approach her? Or, because they was across the street from each other. Romeca was never near her. So why did she walk across the street from each other? So that's when we get to the witnesses. And she was saying about the pod camera, the state camera, the different footages. Romeca left at 8:57. Romeca pulled up right there at 8:57. The shooting started at 9:05. That's when the shots camera turned to where the shots came from, and it picked up that footage. But after the shots was fired, so it didn't get the actual footage. The first call came in at 9:02, which is witness number 4.
So there was multiple 911 calls that went in.
Yes. In total is 5 witnesses.
Okay.
And so they played the young lady She is witness number 3 that went viral. Witness number 3, they played the 911 call. The 911 call said, "Hi, I'm here on 22nd and Cermak. 2 ladies is fighting." And she say, "Well, what are they doing?" She say they arguing back and forth, and it's a guy that the lady. She said, "What race are they?" She say they black. She didn't say African American. She said they black. She say it's 2 ladies arguing back and forth, and the guy look like he's trying to stop them. He's with the young lady with the white car, but he's pushing the car door on her back while she's arguing with the other lady. And she said, "Who's the aggressor?" She say the lady with the red, and then the officer cut her off. And she said, "Well, who is the aggressor?" And she was like, "Well, the one with the tracksuit on, which is Holly. And she has on a black jacket, has a gun in her hand." And she was telling them to describe.
Someone said that it was 6 witnesses total.
Well, today it was only 5 because Ari said
the day that she's speaking of, it was only 5.
Yes, because I'm sure, I'm positive about that because I have it here. And
she has it in her notes.
And Hari kind of rejected it when the state put it out, like the 5th witness. And she was like, "Wait, hold on. I was only told it was 4 witnesses." And so he litigated back to her, like, "Well, if you look at the police report, Your Honor, it is in the police report, and that's exactly what I'm reading from."
Okay.
And he said, "I see it as well." And she, so I guess the next court date, she got to get a copy of that information because she claimed that she didn't have it. So it is 5 witnesses.
There's 5 witnesses for this session today that you were there.
Yes.
Witness number 5. Someone wanted to know a little bit more information. Do you have any notes on witness number 5?
Yes, I do. Please pull it up.
And then we'll stick to your notes. Okay. That way you don't get out of balance.
Okay, I got you. Witness number 5 is the witness that they asked him several few questions on the scene, and his story never changed. But
it was a male. Witness number 5 is a male.
So he say, "So did you see anything?" He said, "Yeah, I seen everything." And he was like, "Well, what did you see? Did you see her pull out the gun?" He said, "I seen her with the gun." He said, "Did you see her with her pow Meeks?" And he said, "No, I didn't see that part." He said, "Well, how did you see everything?" And he was like, "Well, she the one with the gun. I'm sure she the one had the shooter. I seen them arguing back and forth, and she wasn't the one with the black car was the aggressor. The one with the gun in her hand was the aggressor. We never seen the one with the white car. So the one with the black car is Holly. The one with the white car is Romeca, in case I don't say it. So we seen the one with the black car with the gun and arguing back and forth. She was across the street. Then she went around to her car and got some out of it. But no, I did not see her shoot. So that was witness number 5.
Okay, so we talked about witness number 5 last time I was live, and I'll just go over what I read then. And it says, witness number 5, it was alleged that witness number 5 was in her car. Wait a minute, didn't she just say it was a man? But this that I have, it says it was alleged that witness number 5 was in her car and then watching from her workplace on Cermak when she saw the deceased and Miss Johnson arguing on the street over witness number 1. She alleged that Romeca was not aggressive and that Miss Johnson was charging at Romeca, prompting witness 1 to grab Romeca to stop the fight. Witness 5 alleged hearing Miss Johnson state that she was licensed to carry. Witness 5 claimed to hear 4 shots. And this paperwork is Ari's. Let me go to the beginning. It says, this is the appellate court of Illinois District, 1st District. It says, people of the state of Illinois versus Quadasia Johnson. And it says, defendant's memorandum in support of Illinois Supreme Court rule. Also says, appeal from the Circuit Court of Cook County with Michael Clancy's name on it. But I just heard her say it was a man, but let's keep going.
Okay, pause really quick. Someone wants us to go back to the police call.
Okay.
About the woman.
Them arguing back and forth, and she wasn't the one with the black car was the aggressor. The one, no, I didn't see that part. He say, well, how did you see everything? He said, did you see her?
It was a male. Witness number 5 is a male.
So
that way you don't get out of.
Yes.
Witness number 5. Someone wanted to know a little bit more information. Do you have any notes on witness number 5?
Yes, I do. Please pull it up.
And then we'll stick to your notes. That way you don't get out of balance.
So I don't know how, how to. They saying a male, I see female here. I don't know which is true, y'all, but that's what I'm looking at.
Okay, I got you. Witness number 5 is the witness that they asked him several few questions on the scene, and his story never changed. But
it was a male. Witness number 5 is a male.
So he say, so did you see anything? He said, yeah, I seen everything. And he was like, well, what did you see? Did you see her pull out the gun? He said, I seen her with the gun. He said, did you see her with her pow Meeks? And he said, no, I didn't see that part. He said, well, how did you see everything? And he was like, well, she the one with the gun. I'm sure she the one had the shooter. You know, I seen them arguing back and forth, and she wasn't the one with the black car was the aggressor. The one with the gun in her hand was the aggressor. We never seen the one with the white car. So the one with the black car is Holly. The one with the white car is Romeca, in case I don't say it. So we seen the one with the black car with the gun and arguing back and forth. She was across the street. Then she went around to her car and got some out of it. But no, I did not see her shoot. So that was witness number 5.
Okay. Pause really quick. Someone wants us to go back to the police call.
Okay.
About the woman in the tracksuit was the aggressor.
Okay, so when she the first, okay, hello, well, this is so and so. I'm on Cermak 22nd and State. Mm-hmm. It's 2 young ladies fighting and arguing back and forth. So she said, is they fighting? She said, no, but they're arguing. It's about to get physical. The young lady is walking towards, so she's talking about Holly, is walking towards the other young lady. And she said, what's their race? She said they are both black. And it's a black male that's trying to break, hold the young lady back. With the white car. He's pushing her in her car, but she got back out, and he's slamming the door on her back. And the officer asked, well, who's the aggressor? She said, well, the one with the red, and the officer cut her off for some reason. And
when she's saying officer, she's meaning operator. And again, like I talked about in the last live stream, why touch the person that's not the aggressor? Why not touch Holly?
Wait a minute. I'm leaving something out. I feel like I'm leaving something out. Wait a minute. The officer, okay. The officer asked me. Okay, yeah. So the officer asked her, what was the two young ladies' race, and who was all fighting or arguing. And she said, well, they're not fighting, they arguing back and forth or whatever. But the man is by the car, the white car with the young lady, and hitting her with the door, like she's in between the door and he's pushing the door on her. And she said, well, who's the aggressor? And she was like, well, the young lady with the red. And then she stopped and she was like, well, is they fighting? That's what the officer said. She said, no, they're arguing back and forth. And then she asked her again, who is the aggressor? She said, well, the young lady with the tracksuit on has a gun in her hand. And she said she has a gun. She repeated it. She said she has a gun. She said, yes. She said, well, I'm sending the police right now.
Okay. And one moment. Kiki Lion, what part confused you? Kiki Lion, what part confused you? Holly was the aggressor is basically what was stated on the 911 call.
And that first call was at 9:02 a.m. and 24 seconds.
So Holly was the aggressor the whole time, and all these lies have been told.
In the police report, also, that let me not forget where I'm looking at it. In the police report,
Holly was the aggressor is basically what was stated on the 911 call.
and that first call was at 9:02 a.m. and 24 seconds.
So Holly was the aggressor the whole time, and all these lies have been told.
In the police report, also, that let me not forget where I'm looking at it. In the police report as well, Carlos stated that the judge read it off in the state. Carlos stated that Meeks, Romeca Blackman, had striked and swung at Holly. But the video footage from the school, from the pod camera, from the shots, from each angle, determined that Romeca never left the side of her car. Remember when I said Romeca was on, just say the right side, Holly parked on the left side. So it was impossible for Romeca to take a lick off of Holly if at the time Holly walked up on the camera, Romeca was in a headlock. He said he telling Romeca she got a gun, she got a gun. I guess Romeca wasn't listening when he was pushing the door on her back. And so he came up behind Romeca, and you know, while she was still focused on Holly, arguing back and forth with Holly, still standing at her car, Romeca was still standing in her car, and then he took his right arm and put her in the headlock. He put her in the headlock as Holly was walking towards her. When Holly got to her, he let her go. Soon as she came out of the headlock, like not even 2 seconds, Pow pow.
When those facts started being uncovered, tell me how you felt. What were you thinking?
I was thinking that it's a success. It's going to serve justice for Romeca. Like in the beginning, like I was sitting, with a few people or whatever, and they was, because, the state hadn't really spoke yet. It was all Ari. She was shooting. She was shooting her shot every way she can. Whatever she needed to say, she said it. I even called her in some lies, and I was just the backseat driver. And
what kind of lies?
I just knew. I don't know. It would have probably put a dent in my heart if it would have came out any other way. Because I just knew, certain people was like, I feel weary, this is not looking good, and this, that, and other, because she had so much evidence. And I just kept saying, like, you ain't heard the state talk yet. You ain't seen what the state having. He humble, he calm, he cool. He listened to everything thoroughly. I just knew that Holly was not leaving that court, not today.
Okay, I got something interesting, but I can't share any details. But I was just messaged by witness number 6. I was just messaged by witness number 6, and according to the communication between me and witness number 6, whom I will not reveal anything that we discussed, her initial message to me took place December 18th, and she gave me a little bit of information, and I told her what she needed to do. So she gave information, which she is numbered number 6, but she's also waiting for someone to communicate back. And that's all I can share about that.
So that's probably
so there's 5, and they're working on her. 6, and I have been in communication, but I will never share any information. I will never share what's discussed. I don't do that. Okay, so I'm happy because I remember everything that we discussed, and she actually did what I told her that she should do. So God is moving.
Yes.
God is moving. God is moving. So what else would you like to share? Anything that sticks out? I want you to get everything that you want to get out, and then I'll just ask you questions, and then we'll get... Ari did not step down. It appears that Ari had Attorney Murray prepare that motion that was submitted yesterday or the day before. Murray was not in court today. He was a part of the last motion that was submitted. Okay, good. Okay. So you keep the floor, and I'm just going to monitor messages over here.
Okay, so they said witness 1 and 2 moved the body. Witness Carlos is...
Wait. I want you to say that a little bit louder.
No. It say witness 1 and 2 moved her body. They didn't drag the body. they just like when they say move the body, meaning that they possibly turned her on her side because she was like kind of choked up.
Okay. They laid her on their side. Witness 1 and 2 kind of laid Romeca on her side because at this time she was still alive and apparently she was choked up. So are you saying they were trying to assist her?
Right.
Okay.
It was 3 rounds.
Okay.
You know, face.
It was 3 rounds shot from the firearm.
Yes. We all heard by the time she got to the hospital, it was already too late. And okay, he dismissed the hand bump.
Excuse me?
The hand bump, remember what everyone was saying? Like,
so that means that the fist bump video was suppressed. The fist bump video was suppressed. Do you remember the reason that the fist bump video was suppressed?
I do. It was suppressed because Ari nor did the state have any footage of it. So he wasn't going to take it any farther. If it couldn't be proven, it was dismissed.
Now, I found that to be one of the most interesting parts of this whole thing that we listening to right now, because I hadn't heard that and I didn't know that it was dismissed. So basically they saying that part didn't happen. And the only thing that I can think of is when he touched the young girl's hand, maybe she thought that was a fist bump. But then there was other people that said that they seen it and they thought that it was scrubbed from the internet. So now we know that they not even going with the fist bump at all. It's like that didn't exist, y'all. So that's what I'm taking from that. Are y'all getting the same thing? I mean, I don't see it coming back up if he dismissed it. If they can't prove it, it didn't happen. And shout out to Terry and Miss Barbara over on the Vertical stream. They have gotten me to 11 super chats. Terry dropped like 9 or I think he dropped 10 $1 super stickers over here. So thank y'all so much. I didn't have a goal set on the other side. I just set a goal for the Vertical stream for it's 40 people over here. And it looked like it's about the same on the other side. So shout out to everybody listening in, and shout out to y'all for helping me reach the goal over there. Shout out to Terry. Shout out to Miss Barbara. Let me show y'all some love. I definitely appreciate it. No matter how small, how big, thank you for your support. And if you don't have anything monetarily, just share me out, hit the like button, comment in the chat. There's so many ways to support the content over here. And I appreciate y'all in any way that y'all decide. Shout out to y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate both of y'all. Okay, so yeah, that part I did not know. So I'm glad to know that, you know, it is what it is with that part. I don't really think we have to have it to prove what Holly did on her end. So is it anybody in the chat that's seen it though? Because I know a couple people told me they seen it, but now they pretty much saying it don't exist.
The fist bump.
Wait, let me see what y'all saying. As a matter of fact, I didn't even look at the comments. Go over here. Nothing was dismissed from the case, Tabin, said. Shout out to 71 Suburban High. They made it disappear because I seen it. Okay, now I know it was somebody in here that told me. So you literally seen it. What? Well, they need to find it then if it really exists. So yeah, that's what the lady just said, Tay. She just said that. What does that mean? Because that was the reason Clancy kept her in the first place. Nothing was dismissed yet. Freddie said too. They didn't surpass the fist bump. Okay, let's see what else she gonna say.
The fist bump video was suppressed. Do you remember the reason that the fist bump video was suppressed?
I do. It was suppressed because Ari nor did the state have any footage of it. So he wasn't going to take it any farther. If it couldn't be proven, it was dismissed.
The fist bump could not be proven with video footage, so it was suppressed.
That's what they saying, y'all. That's what they saying.
Okay, then he stated that, witness number one isn't really, this is the judge stated this, like he was going through some of the paperwork and he said that the witness number two, the young lady, witness number three is credible because when Ari kept trying to get the judge to understand what he was seeing with his own eyes on the same footage that was her evidence, she kept trying to get him to understand and see that the girl was behind the building. How could she see from behind the building? And he kept saying she's not behind the building. I don't see what you see. And she was like clearly you could see, just say like this the building. So she pointed to the TV, the monitor. Just say this is the building, this is the north side. If she's walking west and the building is right there, she's behind the building. He say, well, when you say when she crossed the street from when the bus dropped her off and the bus pulled off, she was out of the camera. You or I couldn't even see her. So when she got by the building, just because she's by the building, don't mean that she's behind the building. She's by the building is what I see as the judge. She's by the building, so that means that, and she was like, well, that's
one moment. Go back to the statement that you had about witness number one.
He isn't really credible.
He isn't really credible.
Right, because he is a bias.
Because what?
Meaning that, he brought, he's 3 to 5 time felon. He
criminal record.
Yes, he's been arrested for this, that, and other, and scam. So,
did he get suppressed?
No.
He's still a witness.
Yes.
Hot damn.
Wait, what? So
because he was on the scene.
Because he was on the scene, he's still there.
Yeah, he seen everything from the start to finish. No cameras caught the pow. So he's the only witness to that. He also stated that Romeca hit Holly and swung at her, and then she hit her. The cameras didn't pick that footage up. So he already been caught in the lie through the police report.
And we know that we read that police report, and he did say that. And then we got Dave also saying that, and just people that he told that too. And so I thought they had said that he wasn't credible, and I thought they wasn't going to use him. But like I said, I believe that this court proceeding was from like January. I don't know if what changed, if anything, from this court date, which is nothing, I'm assuming, because trial haven't started and nobody has been proven to be innocent or guilty. So we gonna know a lot when the trial happens. But what do y'all think about this? So 71 Suburban, that's why the video was edited with that part missing. That's crazy though. I thought the courts would have had it though. If it was squirreled from the internet for whatever reason, you would think the courts would have it. He was the only witness. Shout out to Tate, yeah, from beginning to end. But if he not credible, he told so many different stories. Yeah, definitely. Jazzy said, no, I heard one of the judges speak about the fist bump in the beginning of the case. Then it just disappeared. What? See, I wasn't sure. He's biased, you mean? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Gretchen. Shout out to Frodo in the building. I know I'm saying that wrong, but Frodo, shout out to you. And thank you for rejoining membership. I noticed that the other day. Shout out to all my members in the building. That clip showing before touching that girl. That clip showing before touching that girl was edited. They need to subpoena them phones or FB because it was only snatched off. SP? I'm not sure what that is. I know I definitely didn't see it, and I didn't see all the footage that was out. I don't think. Because, you know, a lot of that stuff happened in the beginning and probably got buried. But the ones that I do have at least 4 different ones of hearing different things that people were saying, though. So a couple of y'all, there's 2 people in here that I see that said they seen the fist bump. When they put Holly Johnson on handcuffs, Carlos, he then went over there where he was at and said self-defense, right? Now I remember somebody telling me that that at that point is when he did it. Now that would have been bold to that. If that's the case, then it should have got captured on the body cam footage. If he went over there when they were handcuffing her, you would have thought that would have been a good time for the body cam footage to get it. If all the cops had on their body cam footage. I don't know. It sounds like for now they not going with it unless it can be proven.
So I want to make you guys aware that I know that no one really thought that this case was really, really serious, but I'm going to go on ahead and tell you this part, and you guys do with it what you want. But I just got the information from one of my very credible and very, very important sources that the feds is taking this thing over.
Wait, Abinay said, I seen the original fist bump. What? So, too many of y'all saying it for it not to exist. So I wonder, obviously none of y'all recorded it, but how do they not have it if it actually happened? Freddie said he walked over to her after the incident happened. And yep, I remember that. I don't know. Maybe it was you that said it last time. No, the fist bump was before the police. Was it around the time when he went to the young girl and touched her? He put ketchup on that young girl's hands. Exactly. All over everything. Philly girl said, I saw the original fist bump over on TT, therefore it does exist. Well, I wish somebody would have recorded it or get it to the right people. My mic got my phone texting anything. Them things never understand me. So that's wild, man. And shout out to Ebony. I just read one of your posts that you had did on the 9th. So we appreciate that information on her being released and all that. And shout out to Frodo for sending the floating jewel, the floating heart. I appreciate that. Trial 2027. I meant to be here from the beginning. Well, thank you for being here now. I definitely appreciate it. Shout out to everybody in the building. If I didn't get to your comment, I'm definitely not ignoring you on purpose. Shout out to Joe Quinn in the building. Yeah, so that's a lot of people in here alone that's saying that y'all seen it. Well, I hope they find it. I see Tay-T using them and Miss Barbara using them good members emojis. I love to see it. Oh, shout out to 71 Suburban for sending the Sparkle Jewel. Shout out to Joe Quinn for sending the party hat as well as the other one. Thank y'all so much. And shout out to Dr. Doc and Terry. Shout out to Ray and Brian's in the building. Salute to everybody in the building, y'all. I'm just kind of going through the comments on my cell phone. I can see them better. While I'm on one. I got both of them put up, though. Shout out to Cypher for sending the star jewel. Thank you, fam. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to let this keep playing.
So if people want to continue to play around and do wicked stuff,
Shout out to Gretchen for sending the 200 sunshine jewels. I appreciate it, fam.
Understand that their eyes are never ending. And it's just that serious. Multiple felonies were committed.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, I can't find it right now in my notes, but if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, but if I'm not mistaken, I think it was dropped down probably to 5 counts because they took the fist bump off.
What do you mean? What count was it next to the fist bump? Did you put a note next to that?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not, so I don't want to.
I can't look it up while you're on my other line. It's okay.
Wait, what'd she say?
Mistaken, don't quote me on this, but if I'm not mistaken, I think it was dropped down probably to 5 counts because they took the fist bump off.
What do you mean? What count was it next to the fist bump? Did you put a note next to that?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not, so I don't want to.
I can't look it up while you're on my other line. It's okay. I'll look it up. Let me.
But I'm sure, I'm more than certain that he disputed the fist bump.
Okay. Well, we know the fist bump was suppressed. Okay. So one of the counts were removed with the suppression of the fist bump, and I will let you know exactly which one that is.
Okay.
Y'all hear her saying flat out so y'all don't agree with her about the fist bump being suppressed and not being a count and all of that? Because she's saying more than just, that it's suppressed. Now she's saying it's not even a count. Let's keep going.
And I know the judge was saying, I was trying to keep up with everything, y'all. I'm sorry. It's rambling all through my brains.
It's okay.
I know the judge was saying, in spite.
Yep, I seen it, Tabany. I seen this video.
Of the fist bump, I think that she's an endangerment to society, due to the fact that she won't, She walked up to Romeca. She had time enough to get away or call for help or anything. She didn't call the police until, afterwards or whatever. There's a lot of kids around there. It's a busy street.
Wait, did she call the police? Because I thought she didn't call the police at all. And then Tati said, "That's crazy. I can't believe this. That fist bump was there." Gretchen said, "I believe that the judge saw it." I thought that people were saying that the judge seen the fist bump. She has 6 counts, Ebony said. Judge Clancy said he will not allow the fist bump because there is no video evidence. Right, that's what she said. LOL, a fist bump is not a charge. I don't know. That's how she's saying it, though, right? Like it was a count. She never called the police. Right. That's what I thought. She only called her mom. So, that I could see in the statements. Let's keep listening, though. The lady was she's been doing a good job, but I'm not sure about this part of it.
She walked up to Romeca. She had time enough to get away or call for help or anything. She didn't call the police until, afterwards or whatever. There's a lot of kids around there. It's a busy street. It was broad daylight. She didn't care what time of day it was. It was broad daylight. And
wait, Abernay said Judge Clancy said that was one of the reasons he didn't let her out was because of the fist bump celebration. What? And if that was the case, it seemed like Ari would be saying a lot about that not being proven. But again, I haven't read all of Ari's paperwork, not even one of them. Like, as a matter of fact, I got one here. I might go through and see what we could see. That's the one that I'm reading the witnesses from, Ari's paperwork, and that is in the court documents. Okay, I need that document. Judge Ebony said in the document, Judge Clancy said that one of the reasons why he didn't let her out was because of the fist bump celebration. And then Gretchen said, "Okay, Barbara, but it did happen, and maybe the video thought they were holding hands. This case is really being messy." And that is in the court documents, Ebony said. I need that.
What else? Oh, and then she stated that the state kept pushing it.
Shout out to Purple Paradox. Welcome in, fam. How you doing? Philly girl. Freddie said it's still 6 charges. How did they come up with the 6 charges from one? I don't know how did they count this as 6 counts of murder? Like, I'm really confused on that part, if anybody know that. And shout out to Purple Paradox for sending a floating heart. If I didn't say anything, thank you, fam. I appreciate it.
Issue about this. What she stated in the video, the first thing after she did what she did, she stated, "I'm concealed to carry."
She did excited utterance and said about her being concealed to carry while the police officers were on the scene.
Yes, and so the judge was asking the state because Ari was trying to point, the third witness out and how many feet she was away, and so now it was the state turn, and the judge was like, "Well, point to what she's seeing because I'm not seeing the same thing she's seeing." So he was like, "Come from your laptop and come up here and show me what are you talking about. Point to it." And he was like, "Right there." He was like, "I don't." The judge was like, "I don't see." I don't see what you're talking about. And he was like, State, can you come in? The state was looking at the monitor as well. He said, can you point to it? He was like, Your Honor, if I may, I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Okay, one moment. I want to answer one question. The fist bump was suppressed because there was no available video footage of it.
From neither side.
From neither side.
Y'all hear this?
Okay.
So when the young lady that wrote in the opposite direction of the incident, which is witness number 3, Ari kept trying to convince the judge that she couldn't see that far, and he was like, if she turned around, she can see. She was like, well, it's impossible for her to have some beats, not the ones that you put in your ear, the ones that go over your head, the big beats across your head. She couldn't hear, and then she was walking in the opposite direction. And the judge.
Okay, so I see Miss Barbara said that Judge Clancy didn't say it. It was the first 2 judges that said no release because of the celebratory fist bump, not Clancy. Okay. And I hear you fighting for our princess Nina. Shout out to Marcel. And hey, who is that talking to Nina, Miss V? I know that voice. Now, this is a lady that my last live stream we was playing this, and she's a person that went to court who took really good notes, and she was able to come back and report to her what happened. I don't know her name. I never heard her identity be exposed at all. I just know that she was in that courtroom. She took excellent notes, and she did really well. So I'm wondering if Nina will continue to have this lady come up and tell what her accounts are. So I just don't know who she is. You think you know her voice though?
So like, well, how do you know that she couldn't hear? And if it's only 350 feet, how do you know how far she can hear?
Now somebody said, Shanta said, I for sure saw it because my first thought was that he did it to calm her down. Did what, the fist bump? Hold on, let me take this back. It's about to be done in a minute.
From neither side. Okay.
It's like, come from your laptop and come up here and show me what are you talking about. Point to it. And he was like, right there. He was like, the judge was like, I don't see what you're talking about. And he was like, State, can you come in? The state was looking at the monitor as well. He said, can you point to it? He was like, Your Honor, if I may, I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Okay, one moment. I want to answer one question. The fist bump was suppressed because there was no available video footage of it.
From neither side.
From neither side. Okay.
So when the young lady that wrote in the opposite direction of the incident, which is witness number 3, Ari kept trying to convince the judge that she couldn't see that far, and he was like, if she turned around, she can see. She was like, well, it's impossible for her to have some beats, not the ones that you put in your ear, the ones that go over your head, the big beats across your head. She couldn't hear, and then she was walking in the opposite direction. And the judge told her, like, well, how do you know that she couldn't hear? And if it's only 350 feet, how do you know how far she can hear? If her statement interacts with DoorDash, the witness from DoorDash statement. They don't know each other. None of the witnesses know each other. None of the witnesses know the defendant or the witness. So how would they know?
One moment. I seen the fist bump, and there was blood on Holly's hands before the fist bump.
Oh.
And I don't know how the blood got on her hands, but when she raised her hand to engage in the fist bump, you could see the blood all over her hands.
Well, damn. So
back to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nina is saying that she's seen it too. Like, okay, so how did she get all that on her hands prior to him touching her? Man, we missing some pieces here. Some people miss some stuff. Shout out to Mouthpiece in the building. Shout out to my member and moderator. I see you dropping them good members emojis, fam. Good to see you in here. And yeah, I don't know what that person was talking about. He did it to calm her down. A fist bump? Yeah, it don't make sense to me either. It really don't. Okay, this about done. Let her finish.
They said they have no Ari. Then he asked Ari, did she have evidence or footage of that? And it was never displayed in front of the judge. She didn't have it, or the state didn't have it.
That's crazy.
Okay.
I just have a hard time believing that nobody captured that in a screen recording, because everybody obviously screen recorded it. How does nobody have that part right now? I'm so confused with that.
Okay. There was no available footage of the fist bump. There could be a possibility that the vets may have it because everybody else had it. It was a big topic. We'll see.
Okay.
It's been a big topic for a while. We'll see. Okay. And we will be back in a couple of days. Don't get it twisted. Bye.
Have a good night.
Well, that is that. So that is very interesting. So I'm feeling like it does exist, but they just don't have it now since Nina says she's seen it. And all of y'all, so many in the chat that said that they seen it. I bet y'all kicking yourself in the butt right now. Why y'all didn't screen record it? I know that it was devastating to see though, because y'all could see her and laying there and all of that stuff. Like that is horrible. Gretchen said, I hope that it was saved because she's the one who has this person taking notes. Okay. I'm hoping that it comes back up, and it very well could have. As far as I mean, it could have come back up because this was back in January. Have y'all heard anything else since this? Shout out to Ebony for the $9.99 super chat. I definitely appreciate that, fam. I definitely appreciate everybody that's dropping a jewel. So let's celebrate right now. Shout out to Ebony. We appreciate you helping me get closer to my goal over here. Wait, where's my... Yeah, shout out to Ebony. And shout out to everybody that I called that dropped the jewels. And I'm going to be looking at it again, too. Thank y'all so much for helping me get closer to my goal. Thank y'all for supporting the channel and content. And thank y'all for tuning in. Definitely appreciate y'all, fam. Shout out to you. Let's go. And then I think I forgot to shout out people that shared me out. But let me see if anybody shared this stream out. And like I said, if you go to the share button and hit share and go to create posts, I'll be able to see it. And I got 3 people that shared me out. It looked like Brian shared me out twice 48 minutes ago. And shout out to Terry for sharing me out 51 minutes ago. And then as far as the last live stream, let me see. Shout out to Tisa Lisa for sharing me out. Shout out to Absolute J. Shout out to Most Hated Bronze. Shout out to Terry. And shout out to Dr. Doc for sharing my last live stream out like 6-7 days ago. So thank y'all so much. And anybody that shared me out that I couldn't see, I definitely appreciate all of y'all support. So that was a lot. As far as the fist bump, I hadn't heard all of that we just heard. I didn't know that it had ever been said that it was going to be suppressed and all of that stuff. I did not know that. Okay, so then Miss Barbara said, yes, Ebony, there were 2 different judges on the 4th of December and a woman on the 7th of January, and Clancy was the 3rd judge. Okay, and so Judge Clancy just stuck as the main judge after that. I didn't know so many different judges was involved. Yeah, remember the different judges, Barbara, but I thought it was Clancy, maybe because I really like him. Oh, I heard that he's tough. And shout out to Trina. She was saying that he's a tough judge. Oh my God, that is so cute. Oh, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Thank you for the great content. Thank you. Thank you for your support, Frodo. Clancy is a trial judge. Okay. Okay, he's a trial judge. Okay, so let me look a little bit. Okay, let me see something right quick. Let me move this right quick. Because I had a little bit of a timeline. Let me move this right quick. Okay, so we heard her talking about some times. I had made this a while back. I just wanted to go over it right quick. Read it out loud. And I'm thinking y'all could see that pretty good. So one of the times, I just caught 2 more times that she said 902 as far as the 911 call and 905. And then I remember there was another 911 call, but it was from a WhatsApp number. And last I heard, they was doing away with that. Like they didn't believe it at all. But this is saying, now I had heard that they put up together at 8:57 after it was all said and done, because it was some time discrepancies. But just to go through this, it says this is the defense version of events presented to the court. So based off of court documents filed in the case, it says, and it's got 8:51 between 8:51 and 8:53 because she was seen going into the school at 8:51 and leaving at 8:53. And it says Romeca drops off her 6-year-old child at school, and it's across the street from the later incident. At 8:57, Quadeja and Witness 1 allegedly leaves Witness 1's residence together, traveling together with their 6-month-old child weekend, reportedly. Then you see at 8:56, all at the same time. A lot of stuff is happening at 8:56. Let's just read it up. So, and this is alleged, and this is not what we going with, because we believe that Quadeja was sitting in the car. So it says, now Romeca left the school at 8:53, and here they come at 8:56, or him leaving his residence, traveling through the alley is what I had heard. Then at 8:56, it says leaves the alley near the residence and travels to Cermak. Let me start over. Leave Quadeja Johnson and witness number one leave witness number one residence, traveling together with their 6-month-old child. Weekend reportedly spent together. 8:56, they leave in the alley near the residence, travel on Cermak. 8:56, Quadaja's black Chevy Cruze is already parked on 20 West Cermak. Then it says between 8:56 and 8:57, which is the exact same time that Romeca would have been right behind them, is saying that the child was transferred. The baby removed from the Mercedes SUV, baby secure inside Quadaja's Cruze. It's a whole lot. We don't believe none of this. It don't make sense. Like, even looking at it on here, it don't make sense. But this is what they saying. This is what they want us to believe. And then it says 8:57, Romeca driving southbound on Cermak. The surveillance allegedly captures the vehicle. Now we can believe that at 8, Romeca left the school at 8:53. That she would have to walk to her car, get in her car, and then drive to the area right at 8:57, the exact same time. The other time that I like to remember is that his cousin Wu said that he had talked to Carlos and they were supposed to meet at the gym at 8:45. So had that happened, see how it starts with Romeca at 8:51. If he would have left to meet his cousin by 8:45, or he wouldn't, none of this would have happened. So I mean, I don't believe in coincidence. I really don't. And yeah, it just don't even make sense to me, even looking at it on paper, because all of this stuff didn't happen. There's no way that she would have been moving the baby at the same time that Romeca, and I've already talked about this without even looking at it written down. She would have been caught getting out of his car. She would have been trapped right in the street with the baby if they all put up together. So it just makes less sense when you looking at it, and all this stuff is supposed to have been happening all at the same damn time. How you doing all this stuff at one time? Is what I'm looking at right now. But anyway, anywho, so the missing times that we don't have after 8:57, and I don't know where the 10-minute, I remember hearing something about a 10-minute gap, or they was arguing for 6 minutes or something like that. Oh, I guess that would come from the 8:57 to 9:02 call, maybe. So they put up at 8:57, and the first 911 call was at 9:02 and 24 seconds. And then I remember the lady saying 9:05. So those are some times that I don't have on this document. But let me go. So now I'm gonna go back to that paperwork that I was looking at earlier, and even in the last live stream, because I didn't read the paperwork, all of it. Let me see some of the things that's being said. Wait, let's see. So right here in the statement of facts, it says December 4th. Okay, yeah, I think I did look at this. Let me kind of glance to see what it says. Let's see. Now it says on September 8th of 2025 at approximately 8:56 a.m., Miss Johnson and witness one, who are in a dating relationship, left witness one's home at 2100 South Block, okay, of State, and they left with their 6-month-old child, spending the weekend together. Witness one's black Benz left the alley. So that's what we looking at. That's where I got the timeline from off of what she's saying. And I'm also just showing that it really don't make sense to me. But Witness one's black Mercedes left the alley at 8:56, making a left on State, right turn onto Cermak, and parking parallel to the front of Miss Johnson's parked black Chevy Cruze on Cermak. Miss Johnson and witness one removed their child. Look, they Miss Johnson and witness one. How many people do it take to move one car seat? Okay, because if Carlos was in the driver's side, he wouldn't even needed to get out the car. But both of them got out the car to remove the baby. I mean, this is what she's saying, though. Miss Johnson and witness one removed their baby from the Mercedes and secured the child into Miss Johnson's Chevy Cruze. It took two people. If they was both doing that, how was they also into it with Romeca? How was he holding Romeca in the headlock and slamming her back and all this stuff if he was doing all that? Boy, I tell you, they was doing a lot of stuff at one time. So Miss Johnson and witness one removed their child together. Like, yeah, that's one of the things they say, and secured the child into her car. Okay. Then it says between 8:51 a.m. and 8:53, Romeca dropped off her child in common with witness one at the school located across the street. Okay, at approximately 8:57, Romeca was captured on video driving a white Kia sedan east on Cermak, promptly making a U-turn on Cermak. The white Kia traveling westbound on Cermak continued toward Miss Johnson and witness one's parked car. Look, it says continued toward Miss Johnson and witness one's parked car, like it was just one car. His car wasn't parked. The deceased double parked her Kia on Cermak behind witness one's vehicle. Miss Johnson's vehicle was blocked by witness one. Wait, she said Miss Johnson's vehicle was blocked by witness one's vehicle and by Romeca's. I didn't even know she had said that. So she said Carlos was blocking her and Romeca was blocking her when nobody was actually blocking her. Ain't that crazy? It's a lot of fibbing going on here, ain't it? But okay, and then on here it says at 9:02 and 29 seconds, it says a call was made to 911 by the unknown caller. The caller described two black women hitting each other across the school. Now we just heard the lady that was talking. Now she said the 911 call was at 9:02 and 24 seconds. They said 9:02 29 seconds, very close, which means she was very good at taking notes. But if the first 911 call was witness 3 and she didn't say that they was fighting, right? They wasn't fighting. At first she said they was fighting, but meaning that they was arguing. So hold on, let me see. Now in her, she's already says typed here, the caller described two black women hitting each other across the street from the school on 22nd. It says though interrupted by the 911 dispatcher, the caller mentioned there's a black lady. She seemed to be the aggressor, but the woman with the green suit has a gun. Like, and I mean, we heard the lady saying that, right? So the woman with the green was Quadeja, obviously. There was a fight that ensued between Miss Johnson and Romeca after witness one moved his car. So I didn't know that was in here because I remember that he said, or Dave or one of them said that He moved his car while they was still yapping and japping, and then that's when they kind of got into it, and he had to rush over there and all this kind of stuff. Like, so all of this stuff is being said. Definitely, there was a fight between the two. Witness one moved his car, and it's just so many stories because I'm thinking about the other statements that I read where we could see what the witnesses say. This stuff will make your head spin. This is why I didn't look at what she was saying at first, because it would just be too confusing. Like, because they saying something a little bit different, you know? So he's saying that he was moving it, he moved his car. There was a fight that ensued between Miss Johnson and Romeca after witness one moved his car. After. Romeca continued to rush Miss Johnson when Miss Johnson fired. So that goes right along with what Dave said, kind of like, oh, she was, well, they said she was rushing her, but he said she was holding her hair. Like, boy, what? But my point is, all of this stuff was said at some point. All of these things that I've been hearing, it actually was said. So Miss Johnson remained on the scene after, okay, Miss Johnson lawfully owned the weapon recovered. Okay, that don't mean nothing. Witness one stated to the police on the scene that Romeca ran up on Miss Johnson, told her, I told you I was going to catch you, and swung on her. He also relayed to police that Miss Johnson told Romeca to leave her alone. That's so crazy. We went through this. The witness 2 was a door dasher, I guess. It says witness 1 stated, wait, hold on. Witness 2, a DoorDash driver, drove eastbound on Cermak, allegedly observing Miss Johnson, witness 1, and Romeca on the street where Miss Johnson and Romeca were seen arguing. He was unable to hear what they were saying, what either party was saying. Witness 2 further alleged that witness 1 was standing between Miss Johnson and Romeca with his arms extended, that Miss Johnson advanced towards Romeca, and witness 1 pushed Miss Johnson away while Romeca stood with her arms crossed. That's so crazy. We talked about all that. So he was kind of into it with Holly. Now, why didn't he just stay on that road? We wouldn't be here if he would have just stayed with Holly, stayed with pushing Holly, while Romeca was just kind of standing there watching it, like ain't worried about nothing. So that's really messed up. Now, I didn't read what witness 3 had said the last time, so let me go over that. It says here, witness 3 is one of the only individuals that alleged to have seen the entire incident. Maybe I did read this. It says at 8:57, while Romeca was making a U-turn, witness 3 was in Chinatown. Yeah, I did read it. Traveling on eastbound bus. Her window was closest to the north side where Miss Johnson, witness 1, and Romeca were located on Cermak. The window was closed. Bus footage also showed witness 3 wearing thick headphones. The bus was on Cermak approaching State Street. Bus footage captured witness 3 turning her head to the left, observed the incident between Miss Johnson, witness 1, and Romeca. At that time, Romeca's white vehicle was seen on the bus footage with the driver's side door open. Witness 3 told officers that she saw witness 1 pushing Romeca into the driver's side door frame and slamming the door on her. Witness 3 only observed the incident for 10 seconds before turning around, not making a threat or making a phone call. That's crazy when she did make a phone call. 2 of them, right? So witness 3 then got off the bus with her baby stroller and began walking eastbound on Cermak away from the incident, a few feet away from State Street. The bus stopped at approximately 350 feet away where the firing took place. Oh, and here it is, 9:02 and 24 seconds. At 9:02 and 24 seconds, which is what the lady said we were listening to, witness 3 called 911 to report observing a fight breaking out with a white car and a black car, 2 black females. She also reported witness 1 pushing Romeca into the driver's side frame and slamming the door on her. After getting off the bus and walking away from the incident, witness 3 spun her stroller around. Then it says at 9:03 and 16 seconds, a pod camera facing northeast at Cermak State intersection. At Cermak and State intersection, captured witness 3 crossing the east side of the street walking northbound. With the incident occurring on west side of witness 3 was facing northbound. Once witness 3 crossed State Street, she was captured on the pod camera under the CTA green line, where she walked far enough north behind the building to have obstructed any westbound views of the incident occurring between Ms. Johnson and Romeca. Hold on, y'all. Once witness 3 crossed the street, okay, it captured her. Hold on, still observed her view. The POD footage revealed witness 3 run from behind the building where she and other bystanders are looking to the west of them on Cermak. Then we got another time. It says at 9:04 and 55 seconds a.m. when witness 3 called 911 a second time. Wait, what time was it? 9:04? Oh, I got 9:05. So, well, that's close enough, though. It says 9:04 and 55 seconds. So, okay, so at 9:04, it was 9:04 and 55 seconds when witness 3 called 911 a second time to report the firing. So, according to witness 3, after the first 911 call, Romeca entered her vehicle. She alleged that Miss Johnson approached Romeca's vehicle making threats. That's so crazy. Like, she didn't want her to get in that car at all. She wanted all the smoke. Witness 3 alleged observing Romeca exit the Kia and get placed in a chokehold by witness 1. This is the part that really upset me because he really should have grabbed her. There's no reason why he should have grabbed Romeca at that moment. She was never a threat if she didn't have a weapon and you knew the old girl did. Shout out to BFF has entered the chats. Thank you, everyone that sent gifts. Well, MTGV, this is why Ari said. Well, that is why Ari said, but it was already brought out in court that witness 3 did see it, and she didn't run behind the building until they heard the firing. Okay, because witness 3, look, she stood on business. I believe the woman. She has no reason to lie. And she was the loudest, she was the most accurate with what she was saying, and her story never changed. She was very passionate when she came on to social media. I know she was on Keys. I didn't hear everything. I'm not sure if I heard everything she said over there, but the stuff that I did hear, she's pretty much consistent. Grab the one with the weapon. Exactly. I mean, it's just so upsetting that you would grab an unarmed woman like she can't hurt her from a distance, but old girl can. All she gotta do is what she did. Get in position and fire. Like that is crazy. That is crazy, man. They all were getting out of the way from the weapon being fired. Bullets don't have names on them or no eyes either. Like they ain't biased at all. They'll hit anything in their path. So yeah, if I see somebody with a weapon, I'm running too. But that don't mean that you didn't see everything that's going on. Shout out to Keisha in the building. Shout out to Kwani. If I didn't say, shout out to Kwani in the building. We got Real Talk with Mara in here. Shout out to you. Thank y'all for being here. So Kwani, right, I'm still mad at the fact that Lowe's still out here running free. It's so crazy. And that's another thing. I had went on Trina's channel earlier, and she had mentioned that okay, so Holly has court on the 23rd of July, and Keys has court the very next day with Carlos. For people that don't know, he been sued, I guess. It sounds like it's federal court that's going on, but I don't know the details. But just from what I'm gathering, because I remember Los being mad as hell about that petition. And I'm trying to remember, in that petition, did he flat out say that he was an unaliver? Like, because I'm trying to figure out, why do we have a case? What is this case? Because it is freedom of speech and different things like that. So I'm just trying to figure out, how is he able to sue him? The boy put, you are most welcome, Miss V. You are such a beautiful person inside and out. Support you fully. Thank you so much, Keisha. I definitely appreciate you. Definitely. The boy put a TPO on, right, and that, yes, he put a TPO on him. So, like, he better be careful, because, just based off of what Holly did with her TPO, y'all run across each other, anything could happen, So that's serious when you talking about a TPO. I remember hearing that. But on what grounds? I heard Dave saying something about he called him a murderer. So I'm just trying to figure out, because I believe, and I did even hear Trina say that he was mad as hell about that petition. And so is that what it's all about, the petition? But anywho, the reason why I brought it up, because she said that on the 24th, which is the day after the Quadeja go to court, Keys got court the very next day with Carlos, and they gonna be on Zoom. I heard her say that they gonna be there on Zoom supporting Keys. So if y'all might want to check Trina out on how to get on to that Zoom and all of that stuff. But that's what's going on, man. That's a lot. That is a lot. And again, this is the first case that I've seen all of this kind of behavior going on. Like, I haven't seen, this is a very different case. First of all, you don't usually see both sides on social media, and you don't usually have two rival sides. This is the first for that. So I said a long time ago, this case should be studied. The behavior that it has brought out needs to be studied, and we kind of studying it. I've never heard of a ninja taking a TPO on another dude. Me either, and especially stemming from a case. I'm really blown away by what's going on. Table turns, they better be careful. You can see it was a setup clearly, especially if you from the hood. Okay, Listen, I mean, ain't it what happened to freedom of speech? But I heard Dave say that he called him a murderer, or he accused him of it. And one thing that I do say over here, everything is alleged that I say over here, and as a matter of fact, it's going across the bottom of my screen. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Everything is alleged, but I don't know. I had spoke on the petition, right? I never got a chance to read it, so therefore I never shared it, but I said that I was. I wonder if we can pull up the petition today. Like, has the petition disappeared? Do y'all know? Because I just know that Keys just stopped talking about the case, so I'm figuring that they told him he can't even talk about it no more. Or I mean, it seemed like he would not be able to talk about Carlos no more, but he could still talk about the case. But I don't know if he wasn't there, Romeca would still be alive. Yeah, because I mean, she wouldn't have been held. Number one, she might have never even stopped because the car wouldn't have been in front of her, and she wouldn't have been in a headlock, and all that wouldn't have never happened because he was putting his pictures on his channel and mentioned the name. So he doesn't want people putting his pictures on their channel. Well, pictures that you can put is the ones that's publicly, like the ones from the news and the ones from being locked up and out on the scene and stuff like that. But okay, so it sounds like it was one case and then it went federal. Was it two different? I don't know. Tamika has keys in federal court. Whoa. Oh shoot. Kwani, exactly. Los was the mastermind and Holly Slow let him egg her on. Man, what? It's a lot. So let me see. Ebony said, based off of social media, they've never met. Sounds like someone else, right? Same thing. That's exactly why I was like, be careful. Like, you don't want to run into each other at all because, somebody got to leave if you in the same space and they live in the same town. Yeah, it's a lot, BFF. It's a lot going on. But I think after that petition, it really just blew up after that. But I don't know the details. I just heard Dave say that it was federal now. And I heard Dave like separating them because he was saying he gonna need some more money now for this federal case. And so it sounded like he had two different charges at first. And I don't know. Is anybody in here? Did y'all tune in on the Zoom? Because they've been in court before. So he's getting sued by both Carlos and I don't know. Look at Karen Reed case. Karen Reed. I've heard that name, but I can't think about what it's about. They are trying to silence Keys, and Auntie should watch herself with all the threats and comments she has made. Wow. And Kwani said it's not just Keys. I've heard of a couple others. I'm going to be on the next one. You're going to be, okay, dang. Can you call in and give us the details whenever you do? Because I'm interested to know what's going on. I know I won't be there, but I don't know what's really happening. I'm not going to say that Holly wanted to do that. That just like she went and got a no stalking order, called her phone about a damn robe and made that I never video. Exactly. Make it make sense. Like I said, it should have been null and void after that. How do you start the mess and then go tell after you done threw a rock and hid your hand? How does that work? It really don't. Let me pull up this video of the other part that I wanted to talk about here. Let me see. Because I have ran across something that Dave said. So I wanted to go over that. Let me find it. Hold on, y'all.
I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your hood, I stand on business. I've been stand on business.
Join Sleuth Nation membership and become a sleuth for special members emojis, special badges by your name, and sneak peek videos.
Wait, what is this? Wait, what the heck is it? Wait, do I have this thing still put up? Hold on, y'all. I don't. Yeah, I wasn't all the way prepared today, y'all, when I went live. I did not have this put up, but let me see if I can find it on this end. For whatever reason, I don't see it. Y'all, please take this time to smack that thumbs up if you haven't got a chance to, and also share it out. That's a great way to support the content as well. Where the hell is it? Why isn't it showing up over here? Let me go here. Wait, is it just not showing up because it's private? Let me do this. Unprivate it for the second. But it should have just popped up anyway. But this is the part that I wanted to go over. This is concerning that Romeca Allen chick, something that I hadn't heard until I heard it. And I'm sure y'all seen when Romeca had spoke on her. I'm not understanding why it's not showing up over here though. Guess I'll just play it from my phone. So annoying. So annoying. So this is Dave speaking on Romeca Allen and something that allegedly, supposedly had taken place between her and Romeca. So I guess this Romeca Allen chick had a business that was broken into, and for whatever reason, Romeca Blackman is being accused of having something to do with it. And I had recorded this a while back, and I actually forgot that I had it. I was just going through some recordings, and I ran across this. So hold on. My bad, y'all. I hate not being prepared. I'm gonna turn this down. So this is Dave again speaking on he was on Real T's panel when he said this. Wait.
How Romeca Allen's business was broken into and vandalized, and her inventory was stolen. And then a week later, they said Romeca posted started doing lashes. The whole inventory, lashes, hair. Romeca Allen has the videotape of her business being broken into. Well, I mean, Romeca Allen was never Romeca's friend. She was a friend of somebody that knew Romeca. They were never friends. She didn't owe Romeca any loyalty because I'm not your friend. I know you through an acquaintance. Everybody knows how Romeca Allen's business.
So had y'all heard that Romeca allegedly this Romeca Allen had a business that was broken into? She had some type of shop, I guess. I don't know how true it is. I mean, and he's saying that she got a recording of all of this. So I wanted to ask y'all, had y'all heard about this? And when was this supposedly had happened? And why didn't she press charges if she had all this evidence? David don't none of those people, he barely know himself. Okay, shout out to La Leslie. Now, I had heard this, I actually forgot all about it. And then, like I said, I'm going through my phone trying to get some more space on my phone. I'm like, let me play these videos to see what they are. And I ran across that just this morning. And so I'm not understanding where he's gathering this from. And just because Romeca starts selling eyelashes or hair or whatever, after that, don't mean that she was the one that broke in the house in this person's shop. And I just found it interesting that I'm like, every time I look up, it's a new thing that she's being accused of. David, not from off our end. Freddie said. All them people are scammers, Gretchen said. So y'all ain't buying it just like I ain't buying it. I heard it. I don't believe it at all. Okay? I mean, because number one, selling hair and lashes is something that a lot of people have started getting into probably around the same time or before Holly got her whole eyelash thing. But one of the things that I'm noticing is the similarities that in the women that Los is dealing with. Entrepreneurs. I'm putting up quotations. We know that he was dealing with the jazz that's in Texas, dealing with this Romeca Allen who had a shop with lashes and hair. Cordasia had the lashes vending machine and called herself an entrepreneur. And all of the Mikas he's dated, like this Romeca Allen, I just found out since I've been live, it's a third Romeca. Like what? So one of the things that I heard him say, and maybe I'll play the original. Let me see if I still got it, because I took some stuff out of the video, out of the little clip that I recorded. But maybe if I didn't delete it, I'll play the whole thing. So let me see, when was this? Okay, so I recorded this March 3rd, 2026. So this would have been in March.
You have defended Holly a lot. No. Not really. I'm just like,
really, but not really.
Now tonight, he's talking about all of these other things that happened from 2021 till now with all the other girls. So now my brain is intrigued to hear about the businesses and other people's shit. He told you what happened to the business. He told you what happened.
No, everybody knows how Romeca Allen's business was broken into and vandalized, and her inventory was stolen. And then a week later, they said Romeca posted she gonna start doing lashes.
I can't.
So that's
What was stolen? Lashes?
wait, hold on.
No, inventory. Lashes, hair.
That was stolen?
Lashes, hair.
And she came out and said this?
Romeca Allen has the videotape of her business being broken into.
And she came out and said this was that Romeca did this?
Mm-hmm.
But ain't she married?
Romeca Allen?
Yeah.
No.
Because when that picture came out of Romeca Allen name on the TV, they said that Romeca Allen wasn't with Lowe's. She was just there. She was just using his whatever Netflix account, whatever the fuck they was watching.
Well,
Romeca Allen never came out and said anything about that.
about her what's name? Well, I mean, Romeca Allen was never Romeca's friend. She was a friend of somebody that knew Romeca.
That's still shady as hell.
They were never friends. She didn't owe Romeca. She didn't owe Romeca any loyalty because I'm not your friend. I know you through an acquaintance.
Shady.
Okay. That happens when you're popular. You know a lot of people. This is true. Patty Nash, FaceTime.
So pretty much I wanted, what the hell? If I cut it off, it's off. So I just wanted to play the what I cut out of it. And y'all see how she brought up the lady, the woman that was on Los's TV at his house. So that lets you know, like, Romeca seen it. She took a picture of the person's name on the TV and she talked about it on social media. That's how I know about it. So when when I heard this name again, I'm like, wait, what? Because she did post it and was like, I remember Romeca saying something like, So you effing my baby daddy or something, and your people already told me about you or something like that. And then you heard Dave say that pretty much she was a friend of somebody that knew Romeca, but that's shady as hell. Like if I'm cool with you and then you cool with somebody that's messing around with my baby daddy, like that's shady as heck. It just sounded like it was a lot of fake people around Romeca. It was a lot of people that probably wanted to be chosen by Los too, and then you got him participating in this kind of stuff that make Romeca look crazy. It made he pretty much played them both. Play any woman he was dealing with, they got played for the food. Let me see. Hey, La Leslie, sorry it took me a long time to speak, trying to reply to Miss V. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. Shaking my head, that's some BS. If we have a mutual friend, then my ninja is off limits. Exactly. That is shady as hell. I don't need people like that around me. And then La Leslie just said it was 3 Romecas. What the heck is up with this? Like 3 Romecas. And then I had heard about the other Mika that allegedly he had 3 kids or thought he had 3 kids by that Jolly spoke on. So what is that, y'all? When somebody, I don't know. I mean, what is that? I this need to be studied seriously. That he want women with the same name. I know that he like women with certain builds. I've heard, tiny like Romeca. They said Romeca was smaller than Holly, or am I wrong? I know I heard it. Like he likes really small frame women, but to want them with the same names, that's strange to me, y'all. Like that's strange. Now Leslie said, "Hey to everyone." They all were around the same friend group, and that's a problem. You got so he would know that you got mutuals, and it's just like that's why she called him an op, man, because you can't trust him. You already know you can't trust certain people, right? But you should be able to trust the one that you land up with, but he the one that you shouldn't trust because he's making you look crazy, man. And they laughing at her. Like I remember her saying that he was embarrassing. This stuff is embarrassing that somebody is playing you like this. And everybody know about it. She was going through a lot. But he needed to be left in the dust. Let me delete this. Yeah, he just needed to be left in the dust, y'all. And let me see something else that I had put up earlier. I do have the screenshot of Romeca speaking on the Romeca Allen chick. I just don't have it in front of me. I thought it was something here that I wanted to read over, but I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. Let me see what y'all saying. All them videos, she always was, why you lie, or why you always lying. Exactly. And that's what was so funny to me. I'm like, okay, he playing them videos and she knows that she's being recorded and she letting us know what it is. You're a liar. I mean, even when she went to his house and was like, you called me, you talked to me for 45 minutes while you on the phone with a B. And you arguing with me. So pretty much that's the kind of stuff that will happen too. Like he's calling her, arguing with her, starting stuff. Remember I said that people like this, they like to start issues with you just so they can go do what they want to do. And they start an argument. So if I can make you mad, then you ain't gonna be worried about where I'm at. You just gonna be mad or whatever. That's so petty. That's so petty, but that's what was going on. That's why every time you look, it was October, it was his birthday, all kind of stuff. But hold on, this is something that I had that I wanted to go over. Let's see. Okay, so I wanted to read over something that is Judge Clancy trial court versus Illinois appellate majority opinion. So it says Judge Michael Clancy trial court and then Illinois appellate court majority opinion. Hold on. So Judge Michael Clancy, his decision ordered Quadeja Johnson be held in jail pending trial. But then the Illinois appellant decision reversed detention. They reversed the detention order and sent the case back to the trial court to set a release conditions. So Judge Clancy found the state met its burden to keep her detained before the trial. But the Illinois appellate court found the state did not meet the required legal burden to justify continued detention. Judge Clancy determined she posed a real and present threat to another person or the community, but the appellate court determined the state failed to prove by clear and convincing evidence that no release conditions could address any risk. Judge Clancy concluded no combination of release conditions will adequately protect the public. That is so strange where they are totally opposite. So Judge Clancy concluded no combination of release conditions would adequately protect the public, but the appellate court said the trial court should consider conditions such as firearm restrictions, no contact orders, electric monitoring, other appropriate conditions instead of automatic detention. And all of this stuff is coming up because they no longer have bond anymore. They don't have cash bond in Chicago. And it doesn't matter if you got the money like before, if you had the money, you could get out. Now it's not about you having the money. It's about if you're a danger to the community or not. And so that's why they going through this right now. And then Judge Clancy focused on the seriousness of the first-degree murder charge and the firing, but the appellate court emphasized that the seriousness of the charge alone is not enough to justify pre-trial detention under Illinois law. So the appellate court emphasized that the seriousness of the charge alone is not enough to justify pre-trial detention under Illinois law. Wow, that's crazy. And then Judge Clancy kept Quadeja in custody while awaiting trial, but the appellate court ordered the case returned to the circuit court for a new hearing on conditions of pretrial release. And so I'm thinking that that's going to happen on the 23rd. I'm thinking that's gonna happen on the 23rd, but wasn't the 23rd already set though? Because I know that Miss Barbara said it was about the DNA was back. So I really don't know, y'all. I don't want any parts of anyone. Okay, that I mean, like really. She said Keisha said very. Oh, that's different. But she said I don't want any parts of anyone for my friends' exes. I don't care if they've been split for 20 years. I want no parts. Exactly. Exactly. And especially somebody that they got kids together too. Like I don't want nothing. I don't want nobody second. My friends seconds. Because you always gonna have somebody seconds if they didn't have somebody. But yeah, that's crazy. Romeca was small and body banging. Okay. Gretchen said, Miss V, that was the first time I had heard this clip. Was it really? Yes, I caught that back in March. And so it says, let me see what the appellate court pointed to. The appellate court majority noted several facts it believed weighed against continued detention. So Johnson had little or no significant criminal history. She remained at the scene after the firing. I mean, where else was she going? She cooperated with investigators. Not really, because she didn't announce who she was when they got there. You know, the police on the scene or whatever. But anyway, she cooperated with investigators. She was not arrested for approximately 3 months, despite being known to law enforcement. The court concluded the state had not shown that release conditions would be ineffective. So, and it says, but what the appellate court did not decide, the appellate court did not decide whether Johnson acted in self-defense, whether she committed first-degree murder, whether any witness was truthful, whether she is guilty or innocent. It has nothing to do with that. You know, nothing. It's just if she gonna get out or not. If they had a bond and she had the money, she would have already been out. You know, because everybody was getting a bond, and they, you know, a lot of people was getting. I mean, I'm sure it was in some cases no bond, but for the most part, if you had the money, you can get out, no matter what the heck you did. Like, I was just looking at something. I don't know if y'all heard about the guy. It was a white guy and I guess he was a neighbor or something who decided it was a black family having a reunion or something in the yard. He decided to go and start some mess with them. Then he went home, put on his full armor, came out with a weapon, and just started firing on them. Somebody else in the family had a weapon too and was in the Marines or something at some point in his life and fired back and hit him. They gave that man a bond, and he's out. $5,000 at that. So one thing that I do know, that a lot of things start in Chicago and other cities follow suit and states or whatnot. But yeah, it's some dangerous people out that we don't know about, y'all. So anyway, it says guilty or innocent. Okay, it didn't establish that. And then so Judge Clancy said she should stay in jail because the state proved detention was necessary. These are the key takeaways. He said that, the trial judge said that, but the appellate court said the state did not prove detention was necessary. The trial court should consider release with appropriate conditions instead. So, I mean, but when you think about it like that, if you look, it's some dangerous people that's out right now, and more dangerous than her. I mean, she did take a life, but it is people more dangerous than her that's out that shouldn't be. Let's just say that. Dumpster juice. Whoa, who is dumpster juice? Fruit Loops. Okay. La Leslie. What La Leslie say? Justice for loved ones. LOL. But yep, Beavis and Butthead. Both Los and Holly are slow soldiers. That's too funny. It sounds like they played up to Romeca. Wait, they played up to Romeca like they were friends so they could be with Carlisle, and Romeca wouldn't think anything about it. That's crazy, man. Crazy. That listen, if you were the man that you can't trust, you just gotta leave him in the dust. Cause I mean, I wouldn't trust him around no woman because of the way that he is. So one of the other Romecas called Holly grandmother. Wait, what? That hey, that so many Romecas. How do we know which Romeca called her? How do we know which Romeca called Tavel? Maybe one of the other Romecas did that. You right, Moses. So Lil Los is going to have nothing to do with him. You thinking when he get older, Fruit Loops and Frosted Flakes be lying. Fruit Loop and Frosted Flake. Okay, that's where it came from. So Keisha said, Kwani, right, yet Los really thinks he's going to have a good relationship with Little Los. Shaking my head, I'm like, food. Once he's old enough to grasp the entire situation and know that his dad was the man. Man, oh man. Well, we ain't trying to get sued over here. Everything is alleged that's being typed in the chat. Everything out my mouth. Everything we talk about over here. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. Yes, that's the date Ari had picked. Okay. And then Gretchen says when she gets out on pre-trial release and have to go back for whatever she might do, the appellate court judges are going to look very bad. Man, and she gonna be very sad. I just wonder how long are they gonna drag this out. I know Trina said it is an expected trial date to begin and end. But then David made a lot of sense when he was like, well, they can't control Ari's motion. So I mean, I have seen, and I know somebody personally who was knew that they was gonna do jail time, but they lawyer kept putting in motions to continue it and whatever. I don't know what reasons or whatever, but I know that that's a thing. Thank you. Say it louder for Holly's side in the back. Okay. So Keisha says so many days now that I'm older, I wish I would have listened to my grandfather because it would have saved me a lot of heartache. But I was so young and dumb back then. Like, yeah, you gotta bump your own head. That's one thing about life. It's hard watching a train wreck sometime because you know what they doing, but people gotta bump their own heads and get their own understanding of life. It's so sad to watch sometimes because people don't want to listen, and the more you tell them, the more they go towards it. They have been disrespecting Romeca, her family, and her son is beyond disgusting. I agree 100%. It's been a lot said. The family is like being talked about because they come into Romeca's defense, but what family wouldn't? You see your family out here being trash, you gonna come to their defense, especially when you know it's a lot of lies. It's clear they don't value Romeca at all. That's seen by how everyone that agrees with Holly have in common. I think that people that agree with Holly can see themselves in Holly. I've heard some of them say, I used to be a crash out. I used to do this, that, and the third. But I mean, I don't agree with her at all. I really don't. And I can't wait to get the details to really find out what really did happen, because it's just a lot of stuff still don't make sense to me. Like it still don't make sense to me that she would be in the car and mad at Los, and then they would have had to have talked about this before. If I'm a believe that Holly was in that car all night with the baby because Los wasn't answering his phone and all that stuff, I'm not gonna there's no way that we can believe that and then see them on the same accord that morning without having a conversation. But if we are to believe that, then that would mean they would have had a previous conversation about doing this for them to be okay. Because if he just pulling up, she thinking that him and Romeca was together, wouldn't she be mad at both of them? She would be mad. Wouldn't she be mad at him too? If she thinking that. So I don't know. I really don't know where that came from. But I do know that was said. Let me see. Romeca was getting her hair done before the shop got broken into. Show that video, Mr. Woo Woo Woo. Who used to sing "Can You Woo Woo Woo"? What singer was that? Freddie Jackson? Because I thought about that too. I think I had said when I first said that, I'm like, is he gonna break out in a Temptation song? But then when I got off, I was like, wait, it's actually a song that says "Can You Woo Woo Woo"? Who is that, y'all? Is it Freddie Jackson? Because he know like that woo woo stuff is crazy to me. And Mr. because he know that don't have it. Oh my God. Keisha said, Yep, I dated in college, used to do that. And my grandfather said that same thing you said, Miss V. At the time, I didn't listen because I thought my granddad was older and times had changed. That's one thing that you realize, man, don't nothing change but the outfits. Like, it's the same dang on characters. Same characters. La Leslie said they bring up all old stuff that won't be in court, but never talk about that day or what she done. I'm trying to, when they gonna ever show us the proof of all this stuff she done? Like, it's a shame how they blaming all this stuff on a person that's no longer here to speak up for herself, number one. Two, where is the evidence that Romeca Allen ever went downtown, pressed charges on her? I mean, like, why would Romeca even risk her whole career? She decided, you know what? I'm not dealing with him. I ain't dealing with none of this. I'm going to go work these 16-hour shifts. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to work in STNA while I'm in nursing school. But she going to go break in somewhere? Like, what? Where is the recording? I mean, if I don't see it, it didn't happen. I just don't believe she would risk her whole life for over some hair and lashes. So, makes no sense to me. That's such a beautiful picture of Romeca up on a thumbnail. Very much so. It is a beautiful picture. I happened to catch a screenshot of this. I forgot. I might have been on Facebook when I found it. It could have been on La Leslie page. I don't know. But I had never seen this and I thought it was pretty. So yep, I agree with you. But baby, yes, start an argument just so they can have an excuse to do dumb stuff. Exactly. I mean, see, you got to be careful also breaking up with people, always breaking up, getting back together. You know, when y'all broke up, he laid up with that chick with no problems. You know what I'm saying? That's why if you're going to split, like beat it all the way. But, Gretchen said, why they don't play what she said when she put up? He won't play that. He did or so. Exactly. We never, I mean, I haven't seen not a video, not a message, nothing of her bothering nobody else. Keisha said, Kwani, exactly. I would want no parts whatsoever. Okay. BFF said 100 Tati. Romeca was cute in the face and small in the waist and beautiful. She really was. She was that girl. She definitely was that girl. Some cheaters do that. I know a dude who married 2 different Lisas and cheated on both of them. Exactly. What is that? It's something. Is that maybe that's something narcissists do? I mean, they want a new supply, but they still love the old supply, so they get somebody with the same name. Yes, please like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely, y'all set all notifications so y'all know next time I go live. I wish I would have had another live stream already set up. I'm like, what are are we talking about here? Okay. Now, let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. This is kind of, I didn't have a whole lot to talk about today. I just wanted to go over that, and plus I wanted to chop it up with y'all a little bit, so I didn't want to have so much that I was looking at too. Shout out to Summer Mommy. I see Gretchen speaking. I want some cereal now. I like Fruit Loops, not Frosted Flakes though. I like Frosted Flakes. I like Frosted Flakes with bananas sometime, but I haven't had cereal in a while. But the last time I did, it was Frosted Flakes with bananas. I did used to like Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks when I was a kid. This was a good lie, Miss V. Thank you, Ebony. I definitely appreciate that. And I read one of your things earlier because I came into the group, and you had posted 2 days ago about Quadeja getting released. But ain't nobody tripping about that, man. I mean, she get released, she get released. But it'll just be interesting to see what they decide, because I'm thinking that and I said it in my last live stream that she won't be able to be around Witness 1, right? You love Apple Jacks? Yes, I ain't had Apple Jacks in years. Let me see. Kwani, I heard a few times that he's an informant allegedly, but I have no idea if it's true. Yeah, Keys said that a lot of times, and even brought up the old cases that the Rack Boys was into. But that's the kind of stuff I'm like, I don't know nothing about that. Just like I remember him talking about a guy who had the same, that when them exhibits came up, I remember him talking about a guy who he believes they used his number, a deceased man's number. I don't know the details, but I do remember his sister calling in and some confusion with that. But I don't be digging like that, y'all. I try to stay focused on the people of the case. Okay, there go KG. I'm just now seeing you. Shout out to KG in the building, and thank you for sharing me out. I had shouted you out for that too. They say that bros still don't fool with him. His family don't mess with him too much either, from what was said. Wait, who family? Lowe's family? Ebony says she get released. She going back though because she will be convicted. I'm speaking it into existence. I believe it too. Like, how do you not, unless they determine from where, from the clear blue sky that Romeca, this was self-defense? Because according to the witnesses, and according to what Judge Clancy seen, he ain't going. So I mean, I just don't, from what I've seen, with what I have, it ain't self-defense. Because self-defense wouldn't run around your car 3 times passing your baby. I thought that was very interesting when the lady that went to court spoke on that. That was very interesting, the way that was put. You ran across your car 3 times. Your baby was right there. You didn't stop. You didn't think. You didn't stutter. You know what I'm saying? Then you put a jam weapon back into the car and stand out there not even checking on your baby. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's a lot wrong with this. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it, y'all. Y'all please check out my videos too that I dropped. Check out my video tab, check out the short tab, and yeah, check out the videos I just dropped the last, when I wasn't live. So them AI videos they have. Wait, who got AI videos? Tati, I didn't see you. Hey, girl. Oh, probably because I got 2 different live streams going. I'm going to probably just do one again next time. Shout out to Lula May. James in the building. How you doing? Summer Mommy, you got me laughing about that. Oh, my God. KG, I can't wait till your internet get good, because I be trying to listen at your lives and you be cutting out and stuff. So one thing I was gonna suggest, it might not just be where you live. It could be, I don't know if you be having on headphones and stuff when you live. If you connect it to your internet at your house, maybe it'll be better to just use the internet on your phone. Or you could need a stronger device. When I first started YouTube, I used to always hear a crackling or whatever. My live streams, the audio was always messed up a little bit, and I discovered that I needed a new computer, because my computer wasn't strong enough to hold the graphics and stuff that I was trying to do. So I had to buy. Once I bought a new laptop, I was good. Oh, thank you, Miss Barbara. And again, thank you so much for your support. And thank you to everybody that helped me get to my goal, or closer to my goal. I didn't get to it on this side. But we'll come back live tomorrow. I'm gonna have to set something up. Are y'all into what other cases are y'all into? Have y'all been looking at the Nolan Wells case? I'm happy that his family is moving like they moving. And Ben Crump them is doing the independent investigation. This is definitely shady, but to know that a couple, at least one other person, kid, 17 years old, was drowned too that day. I think it was two that I've heard since this happened on the 4th of July. So I swear, y'all, Summer Mommy is funny. She be having me cracking up even when she be mad as hell. Some of the stuff she be saying be so funny. Like when she called in and she was so mad, it was funny, some of it. But his family is pushing very hard. Yes, they are. Yes, it is so sad. Kwani said, yes. Yeah, I've been paying attention to it. I just haven't because I reported on it in the beginning. And if y'all go to my playlist and look that up, you will see that I was on it in the beginning. When the parents first came out, some of the stuff that they were saying, I was just like, what? Miss Barbara, I'm sorry I missed it. KG, Lil Sis. Yes. So all right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Shout out to everybody in the building. This was a nice talk or whatnot. But wait, how did that just wait a minute? Hold on, y'all. He was tricking off and he's a paymaster. Yeah, now that's another way that you can get lured in. And I heard her sister say that too. That she said something about him being at the fireworks. They didn't invite him. He bought everything and all this. So she said something like he tried to buy your love or something to that effect. So yeah, I guess that's what he do. He cash out. I mean, that's what I've heard. Everything is alleged, but he was tricking off and he's paying. But I still say that, when do anybody in the chat know when Romeca got that Kia? Because my last live stream, I was like, she would have been mad as hell about that Kia. She talked smack about her in January when she did the I Would Never video, right? Talking about Romeca not having a car, and then Los buys her a car. Do y'all think she wasn't mad as hell about that? Tracy, I enjoyed you all so much, sis. I'm a new sub, and this was my very first live here, and y'all made me feel like family. Shout out to Keisha. I didn't know this was your very first live, but I'm so happy that you're here and you subscribed, and we definitely happy to have you. Everybody is cool. We drama free over here. And KG said, yes, ma'am, Miss V, I'm taking notes, LOL, because I got to get back to going live. I know I got a lot to say, right? And I be wanting to hear what you got to say. And soon as you about to get going, snap, crackle, and pop. You know what I'm saying? So I think some of it could be your device and headphones. So it definitely solved my problem. It used to just be like this annoying sound, like when I would let people up it would make a noise where I had got good to where I figured it out, and I would be like, okay, if you're not talking, mute, and then anybody that's talking, unmute. But I would have to mute if somebody was talking. It was just a mess, but I figured it out and haven't had that issue. So it was definitely my computer not being strong enough to handle the graphics that I was doing. They remind me a lot of Romeca family about getting justice. Shout out to Miss V. Shout out to Ebony. Yes, I happen to go soon as I hit Facebook, you popped up. And I went into the group. I'm gonna have to start coming in there. I see that you had accepted me, but I haven't been in there to scroll through. But as soon as I was looking for the paperwork about you know, her being released, that was dropped on the 9th, and yours was the first one that popped up. So I read it. Miss Tracy, thank you so much, beautiful sis. Yeah, all the love. I love all the love. So I think he pooped up the 4th of July because I think I heard him talking about Lil Murray had heart was nice. Now, when I said 4th of July, I was talking about it was the 4th of July when Romeca was still here. And I was talking about that, not the 4th of July that just passed. Thank you for the gifts, Keisha. You gave me another gift. Look, that's something I can't see it if I'm on just so y'all know, and I have brought this up before. Most people that stream, if they using StreamYard, they're on StreamYard looking, and you don't see those jewels unless you're on YouTube, which I don't like that. So thanks for saying that, BFF, because I definitely didn't see it. So shout out to everybody that has gifted some jewels that I did not see. I'm definitely never ignoring y'all. Thank y'all so much. Okay, I see La. Thank you for the floating heart. I definitely appreciate that. Miss V, I definitely don't mind supporting this channel. I fully and donating because you have been so sincere. Thank you so much, Keisha. So you've been watching in the bushes for a while? Oh, wow. Miss Barbara shaking my head. They did that young man so wrong. Wait, what? Who you talking about? Oh, so sad. Colin. Oh, my God. That was beautiful. Colin Kaepernick flew him to DC for the autopsy and paid for it. And Tyler Perry is paying for his funeral, along with many celebrities donating to his GoFundMe. That's beautiful. It's so heartbreaking, man. They taking the scholars. Keisha, we love that you're here, sis. Okay? Yes, thank you, Keisha, for the sunshine, 200 jewels, and for the also the flower. Thank you so much. I just seen it, and thank you again, BFF, for saying it. And I'm not on the other side. As soon as I spoke a few minutes ago, my phone went dead. So I'm back. Oh, that's too funny. You got to keep that mug on the charger. Apple Jacks, yum. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking on the phone now. So I see 71 Suburban with the sparkle jewels, Joe Quinn with the party hat jewels, Frodo with the heart, floating heart jewels, Purple Paradox with the floating heart jewels, and Keisha with the marshmallow. I'm getting messages, y'all, with the marshmallow high jewels. Thank you so much. Thank all of y'all so much. Let me show all y'all some love. Let me look on the other side too. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and thank y'all all together. Thank y'all all for tuning in. And hold on. Let's go. Shout out to y'all. Let me just glance over here right quick. Shout out to Gretchen dropping them good members emojis. Very lovely content, she said. Shout out to Tania Hampton. Welcome in. She said, what is the point of this? All we want is justice for Meeks. I'm not sure what you mean by the point of this. Hold on. So I don't see everything, but we reached our goal on the vertical live, and that's why I'm gonna go live tomorrow again, because shout out to Terry and Miss Barbara over there. So we got 10 over on that side. Thank you to everybody that helped me reach my goal or helped me get closer to my goal. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, y'all. We are at 2 hours and 40 minutes. Again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We're going to get up out of here. And I'm going to set that live stream. Once it pop up, please set all notifications on it so you'll know when we actually go live.
Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up.
I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your hood, I stand on business. I've been standing on business.
And we definitely standing on business for Romeca. And we gonna need these people to back up off of her.
I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that shit.
Period. And all we want to see is everybody in jail that's need to be there.
Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. You going to jail. You going to jail.
And shout out to all my members in the building. For real this time. Thank everybody for tuning in. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Make this go viral. Thanks, BFF. Drop that fire horn with you remember. Drop it in the next tape. Shout out to BFF again. MTGBLLC. Make this go viral. Make this go higher. Higher. Peace and love, y'all. We out.